Dr. Steven Kleinberg with the Kinder Institute for Urban Research at Rice University. We've been having a fascinating discussion about the ways Houston is changing. Now, I want to talk about education. Before the break, we talked about why all these people are moving to Houston. I think maybe it's because of our great weather.
Yeah, in November, December,
yeah, for 1 month out of the year.
We have beautiful skin in Houston.
Yeah,
We do. Very hydrated. But when it comes to our city and education, let's talk about the need for the type of education that young people, or anyone really, can get here.
So the economy after World War II was this broad-based economy, big labor, big business, big government, ensuring that people could profit from opportunities and broad-based economic prosperity. After 1980, globalization kicked in, where suddenly companies could produce goods anywhere, sell them everywhere. Suddenly and increasingly, automation and robotics. If you're doing a job I can program a computer to do, I'm going to place that job in an intelligent machine. We're in a world now where suddenly education, always a nice thing to have, has become absolutely critical. And the blue-collar jobs, the big jobs in Houston was Hughes Tool Company, Cameron Iron Works during the 1970s and 80s. Those jobs have disappeared. Education 1 or 2 years beyond high school is now the minimum requirement across America. Of the 140 million jobs in this country, 65% require education beyond high school.
But there's still such a need, though, for those technical jobs, not just the technology jobs or the high professional jobs. We still need a tremendous technical force.
And we're facing a big shortage of skilled welders, of skilled electricians, of skilled health technicians. Doesn't require 4 years of college, but does require 1 or 2 years in a community college system after high school to acquire the technical skills that enable you to compete in the global economy.
And a lot of those are great paying jobs.
And there's a movement afoot that the Greater Houston Partnership has been leading called Upskill Houston, going to every 8th grader in Harris County and saying, if you stay in school and make it through high school and get 1 year at this technical institute, I've got a $60,000 job waiting for you.
Wow.
Let's talk a little bit about quality of life, because obviously when more people move into a big city, that can cause some problems. So when it comes to quality of life, what are some of the critical issues that Houstonians care about?
So in our surveys, the opening question, we say, what would you say is the biggest problem facing people in the Houston area today? It used to be the economy. Before that, it was crime. It is overwhelmingly traffic.
I know everybody at home's going, traffic.
And that's going to be the new normal. There's no way you can build enough roads to accommodate all this tremendous growth that's going on. So Houston is reinventing itself. There's an increasing interest in walkability and in walkable urban areas, even in the suburbs and in the town centers and then the Bayou Greenways Initiative that is going to produce 200 miles of linear parks along all 10 of the bayous, biking trails and hiking trails. Half of all Houstonians, once the Bayou Greenways 2020 is completed, half of all Houstonians will be within walking distance of parks or bayous. We're building a much more beautiful city.
So this lack, though, of green spaces and being able to hike, bike, and walk your way into work and to play, is that the one thing that we're behind on compared to other cities?
Houston is the most spread out, the least dense, the most automobile-dependent city in America. Houston has 1/2 the density of Los Angeles. Los Angeles is becoming increasingly dense, and you need density to support an elaborate mass transit system. We're going to find all kinds of different ways to get around. We're going to do some more biking than we've been used to. We're going to see inner city development as people want to live closer to where they work and shop.
Well, because Memorial Park's fantastic, but I mean, we need a lot more green space.
We need it everywhere, and that's also a common response you're getting. What I think is interesting about Dr. Kleinberg's institute is that you guys aren't just out there independently doing research just to do research. I mean, you're actually talking to Houstonians, talking to people about what matters, what issues matter to them.
Yes,
and one thing respondents said is that they wanted to get out of their cars and be outside more, be in green space more.
And these millennials, this young knowledge workers, they don't want to drive. They want to text their friends. They want someone, it's a very different feeling about cars than I grew up with. I couldn't wait to get my license and to have the freedom that an automobile gives you. There's less of a sense of freedom, more a sense of regrettable necessity to have to drive. So, and we're a different folk today. We all went out to the suburbs when 2/3 of American families had children living at home. Today, less than a third. The census thinks by 2020, 1/4, only 1 of every 4 households will have children at home. Whole bunches of us are empty nesters, whole bunch of young creatives who are the postponing generation, these millennials in no rush to get married, to have babies, and to turn us into grandparents. And the fastest growing age segment are men and women over the age of 80. growing faster than any
People
other
are
segment.
living longer.
Living long, and I'm not sure I want all those 85-year-olds driving everywhere.
That's a lot of games of bingo,
Yes.
folks.
So-
Get your cards ready.
So what is Houston going to look like 10 years, 20 years, even 50 years from
So
now?
this is a city reinventing itself, recognizing that if it's going to succeed, it has to become a destination of choice, a place where people can live anywhere will say, I want to live in Houston, Texas. I remind people of the resource of the knowledge economy is housed between the ears of the best and the brightest people in America who can live anywhere. And if Houston's going to make it, it's got to become one of the places that people will say, I'd like to live in Houston. And that's still a stretch for us, but less than it used to be. There's more and more attractive things happening. We're all very excited about the Super Bowl. It's going to give a chance for the world to see how much Houston has changed since the last time. And it's a city that knows that if it's going to succeed, it has to, the strategies that we need to put into place are different than the strategies that worked so well when our location in the East Texas oil fields was the overwhelming single basis for the wealth of the city.
Wow. Now the big question is, what do we do about the weather? Can your institute work on that? Do a little more research? Listen, Dr. Kleinberg, this has been so fascinating. We will have you back sometime. I feel like we've, been in school for a little bit. Learned something new today.
Just scratched the surface.